2008 Lincoln Navigator extended. The brake was seizing. You slam on the brakes and it keeps overheating. Now, I had gone over and bought a new caliper, installed it, but it still wasn't working. So I went online, got some info, and apparently, where's the brake line? What happened was this brake line was blocked. When we took it out, even though there was no hole in it, you can see how this place is pinched, and it was pinched by the rust building over time, kind of pinched that. So because of the brake master, you were able to push the hydraulic into the caliper to brake, but when you take your foot off, there was nothing pushing the hydraulic back off to release the brake. So after we took this off, the hose is unblocked. In fact, the hose doesn't look that much damage. We can probably reuse it, but we'll replace it anyway. But before you go make the mistake I made and buy a whole new caliper, check your the flex line on your brake. Check the flex line, make sure you can blow through it, no problem. All right, so this is the cockpit for the caliper season. Remove the ABS line so you don't damage anything, but take your hand off for a second. You see how this hose is pinched by this? Over time, the rust has cramped down on the hose, thereby not letting the fluid go back to release the caliper. So you can take a pry. After you take this off, take a pry, something to pry it here. I find it's easiest to bolt this back on alone and use a pry to pry it off while it's on the chassis, just to make so that you have the leverage to open it up a bit and the fluid should start flowing again, assuming it hasn't happened so bad that there's a split in the cable. So at least you can manage it like this until you buy a new cable to replace this cable. You should replace this cable at the end of the day. Yeah, it's free, right? Okay, so we'll do a simple, it moves?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see, let's see.
Very rust.
Wow, very pinched. So that's your problem. Flip it the other way. Yeah, look at how pinched that is. That's insane. It should change. This cable should be changed. Definitely. So that's why your brake caliper might not be releasing. And you might think that the caliper is the problem, like I did. As you can see, this is new. Meanwhile, all I had to do was change a $30 hose, as opposed to a lot more with a caliper.